Hey, Sam.
Hey, BK. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Cindy.
Welcome to the show,
Welcome
Cindy.
to the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes.
So, to let y'all know, we have a very special rendition of the Atala Dispatch today. This is our Black August Play Circle, and we're going to be led by the beautiful and talented comrade of ours, Cindy, who is a social justice, restorative justice warrior here in South Florida and leads these circles in community. So, Sam, you want to take us away and start us out? Or we want to pass it straight to Cindy?
Like we could just pass it right
All
to
right,
Cindy.
well, let's go.
I'm having a flashback. I'm like, one of the last times I saw Cindy in person was at Juve behind a truck,
Oh, that's hilarious.
just gallivanting. I'm like, hey, Cindy. Good times, good memories.
Oh, that's so funny. I was not expecting that to come up. But Juve is play as well. So
Yes.
we're here to play today. And we're gonna be doing a play circle today. And so I'm inviting you all to just join us on this journey. It's gonna be the same show. We're just doing it in circle format, and making room for content and conversation. So we're doing all of that.
And we want to do this just so you all can see how easy it is to host play circles or any type of circle that you might need in your space. Obviously, it's great to have a facilitator, but if, one or two of you are gathered and you want to, have a circle amongst yourselves, this is what it could look like.
Absolutely. And Cindy, you do host these for folks. So a beautiful way to model exactly what circle keeping is like. And, we get to see Cindy shine in this seat as the facilitator. So take us away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Open up the circle for us. How we start?
So we're gonna start by welcoming each other. So we're gonna do that today by pulling some cards.
Okay.
I have a couple decks that I want us to pull from. So the first one is gonna be Femme Sage Sacred Ori deck, which was created by Ruth Ginoel.
She is a friend of the show, has been
A
on
friend
here.
of the show.
Yes.
She's also personally just had led me in so many ways. She trained me on circle keeping, so I wouldn't be here today without her, without Femme Sage. So big shout out to them. And they wrote this beautiful affirmation deck in 2020 that always helps us ground in Miami, in South Florida.
Yeah.
So I will start by pulling a card for the three of us as a group,
Okay.
as we are moving into circle flow.
Beautiful,
Excellent.
beautiful. And yeah, I think we pulled cards from this deck last season, I believe.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
has been
Love the Ori deck. Yeah.
And just love all of the things that Femme Sage and Ruth do in community. Like we're always bringing them up in conversation.
I know. I'm like, it's definitely one of the ones
I
that
always
comes
pull
up.
this
Let me
card.
see.
I love this card.
Inspire.
Inspires
So
the card that
fitting.
we pulled, and the number is 13.
Okay.
So I will read from our book here. What does it mean? So, the Inspire card, midwife of consciousness. In Haitian culture, a traditional midwife is called femme sage, the wise or gentle woman. Much more than catching babies, their role is often to catch communities. Catching, in this sense, is living freely, not allowing people around you to fall into traps of oppression, self-doubt, or negativity. Your natural awareness of self and others may lead you to catch those parts of your community that bring us joy and healing into our own life. And if you would like to say the affirmation, you can join me in repeating it.
Gotta hold on to your head, right?
Yeah, you hold on to your Ori, which means your inner head. And it says, Ori,
Ori,
allow me to midwife
allow me to midwife
my own consciousness,
my own consciousness
to catch,
To
gather,
gather,
and nourish
and nourish
parts of myself
parts of myself
that I can no longer afford
that I can no longer afford
to let go of.
to let go of.
Ashe.
Ashe.
That was
Beautiful.
a great one.
That was really, really great.
So that is how we open our circle. That's how I like to open my circle. But any ritual, any practice is a good way. Anything that helps us ground and gather together is a good way to open up circle. And so the next one I have here is the Deck of
Do
Plenty,
you want to hold
which
your...
is
Oh, Shani Nichols, shout out.
which is Channy. Yes,
Oh,
Channy's
Channy.
deck. I just went to the Survivors Wealth Summit in
Oh,
LA.
in LA. Oh,
wow.
And
I got
was
so many
gifted this
invitations to
deck.
that.
Oh, that's special.
Yeah.
You should have came.
I
It was
didn't have time. I was in
amazing.
bold, so I couldn't go. Yeah. I had
Okay,
to.
fair. And so these are just really just a beautiful, beautiful deck. So I wanted each of us to pull one.
Okay.
So
A deck
you
of
can pull one
Oh,
first.
I love this. Oh,
And now, if you could talk while we're pulling the cards, like what is the significance of these card pulls as it relates to like RJ practices and
the art on this.
Yeah. For me, it just helps me ground. It helps me just affirm like why we're gathering, affirm why, bring some intention into the space that we're
Yeah.
creating. That's what it does for me.
If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Yes.
You ready?
Mine doesn't have art on it. Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
What does that mean? Oh, I want to know what that means. Okay, show everybody else. I got words.
I have words
Sam's
too.
the coolest one.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I just share
Yes.
that my daughter is 4 years old. She just started preschool.
Yes.
And I pulled this card the night before that it was her first day. And this card is so beautiful. For me, I see a mama bear and
Me
a
too.
mama and a baby.
And
So-
the stars and the different sizes. So beautiful. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll share
Very
what
sad.
mine says. From the dirt, from the ashes, from the twinkle of a million distant stars, the indestructible force that is nature will always triumph. It is with this wisdom that I align.
Wow.
That is
Beautiful.
good.
I love that.
And then this one's just calling my name. Okay. So it says, I love myself on the way to all my wins. If I forget this step, I miss the point completely. I am the goal.
Ooh, baby. Okay.
Not the universe just knocking on my door right now. That's too much.
You're
That's
right.
too much.
Yes.
Wow. I
Well,
love
big-
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta get one of these.
I
Chani.
know.
I have the app. I don't pay for it, but I have it.
And I believe that this deck is sold on Gifted's website, which is, it's Channy in partnership with Gifted, which is an organization, a store that are all survivor entrepreneurs.
Oh,
So all the
wow.
entrepreneurs is like, who are survivors, like collaborated with Channy to create this deck and to package and sell and
Oh,
mail
wow.
all of that. So yeah, support
yeah.
survivors.
That's
Yeah.
got some magic.
Mhm.
A lot
ooh,
of
just
magic.
imbued into
A lot of
it.
magic,
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
And big love to Free From. They were the ones that
Yes.
hosted that
Yep.
Survivors convening, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love their
Gotcha.
organization. They do some great work.
That's so fun. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for grounding us. Cindy. That was
Yes.
really great.
Okay, so now that we're all grounded, I'm gonna introduce our talking piece.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was gonna be the balloon. It's not the balloon. Okay.
I'll introduce the center and the talking piece at the same time. So in the center of our circle, I was trained by Ruth and Famsaj
Yes.
that we bring in as much of the elements as we can into the
Yes.
center to help us stay grounded. Because it's not always easy. Circle, depending on what type of circle it is, can go on for a long time. We take breaks and things like that, but it's like, what are the things that are going to keep us present and turn us towards each other in moments that we might want to turn away?
Yes.
And so incorporating the elements has been a great way that I've been trained to hold circles. So I try to incorporate elements in as many of my circles as I can. So I just have some water here. We have the sage that represents fire. And then we have this balloon that represents air. And then we have these beautiful stems that were done by Suki, who's a Miami florist, goddess, everything, that Suki had created for the Peace Summit maybe 2 years ago, and they're still like so beautiful and preserved. So I wanted to incorporate that into this circle. We also have our values, which we are going to get to shortly. And then I think I'll introduce the talking piece, which is one of the stems. It's a gold stem. And so I think I'll introduce the values as as I'm introducing the talking piece. So one of our values is respect the talking piece. And what that means is the talking piece always goes forward. So to my left, it never goes backwards. If I'm holding the talking piece, that means it's my turn to share. If someone else is holding the talking piece, that means it's my turn to listen. And so we can start. I can pass the talking piece, and then we're gonna say what the different values or guidelines here are on this table here in the center. And then you can share what it means to you. So you can just pick one and then share what it means to you.
Awesome, thank you. So the one that's in front of me is listen with respect. I mean, what that means to me is just to, listen, to not speak, but listen to hear and see someone fully. So yeah, listen with respect.
Beautiful. I have here speak from the heart, which I love. This is one of my favorite ones. And to me, that means, I think that it's very easy for us to not get to the nitty gritty of things, or to kind of have flippant answers or sort of excuses or whatever, but to actually get to the root of things. That's actually what it means to me to speak from the heart, to really speak with honesty and with vulnerability, and the work the difficulty that takes.
The other piece is, let's see, which one do I want to do? Honor confidentiality. So all of the things that we talk about today are going to be in public. So usually when we're in circle, we want to honor confidentiality. We want to honor people's stories and their truths and their vulnerability. And so today we might not lean on that one as heavily, because we're going to be sharing openly with whoever is watching and anyone that wants to. But usually what we say is that the stories stay in circle, but the lessons we can take with us.
So the next one we have is to speak with respect, kind of similar to, you did listen from, or speak from the heart, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so speaking with respect, I think goes along those lines, because you have to be heart-centered in order to respectfully be in community with each other and speak to each other with some empathy and some grace and a little gratitude for the presence of another human in the world. So yeah, that's what it means to me to speak with respect.
We're flipping back and forth here because I have listen from the heart right in front of me. And so I think it's the same thing of all the things that you just named, the empathy, the grace, what would I do, and what does it mean that they're going through this, and what could they actually mean when they say this, reading between the lines, all of those things, the unsaid, the said, the intricacies, and actually to listen is to be so present. I think it's very easy to look up at the ceiling or whatever, but to
Grab
just
your phone.
be present and to truly listen, I think is a skill.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. The next one that we have is remain in circle. The way that I do play circles is that we have some time in the middle for open, unstructured play.
Mm.
So we might take a break from the circle format itself, and you'll see how that works throughout today. And then when we're ready to like close back or gather back together, we are in present. So that means we're remaining, we're staying, we're being present with each other. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yes.
So those are the 7 values. I believe we covered them all.
Yeah.
I think
And so in order to be able to move to the next part of the circle, we all have to agree to uphold these guidelines. Because without it, we can't be in circle together, right? We can't
Yes.
have the conversation that we want to have if we're not on the same page about what these agreements mean.
Right.
So I'll say I agree. You can say ashe, I consent, whatever feels good to you.
We appreciate a consensual play circle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear Eleanor does some stuff like that too. So shout out to y'all. And I agree.
I agree, and I love consensus because
Yes.
that's also how bees make their decisions.
Come on.
And I love talking about consensus and
Yeah.
doing things through consensus. Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, I'm
Oh, yes.
learning to.
Yeah.
I'm learning to today.
You want to talk about some bee community?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
They're the best.
The
Yeah.
bees do
actually.
circle too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Listen,
Because when
we'll
it's
talk
time to
about
kick
it.
a drone out. Oh, Lord.
So the next piece I want to invite y'all is to think about what values are important to you that you
Yes.
want for this circle today.
Okay.
Right? So you can do 1 or 2. And I have some markers and some paper here for us
Okay.
to be able to think about what values that we want to add to make this space our space
Okay.
and our circle.
So can you, while we're writing, can you give us some examples of what like value setting look like outside of a play circle? Like when you do other types of circles, like what are some values folks bring into those spaces?
Yeah. So it depends on the type of circle. Like if it is a conflict circle, for example, like we want to make sure that we are spending a lot of time on the values, right? We want to make sure that if we're having difficult conversation, that we're spending a lot of time really building the blueprint for how we're going to be in conversation together. If we're doing a play circle, we might need less, not necessarily less, but we might need different values. Like if we want a play circle, maybe honesty is something that we want, or having fun is a value that we want, making sure that it's joyful, that we're actually enjoying it. And then if we're having a conflict circle, we might want to lean more into what type of tone is like a good tone, like or taking breaks might be something, taking regular breaks might be something I might require.
Right.
I might need, thinking more about like my needs and naming them explicitly.
Got you. Okay. All right, I got one so far. Let's see. And feel free to, add your own, shout them out, or, send us a message if you're watching live. Let us know what kind of values you would bring to your own play circles.
And I just want to name that play circles is, I don't know if we've named restorative justice circles, but those are that's the type of circle that we're holding today. There are all different types of ways that people meet and circle together. And so this specifically is grounded in restorative justice values, and it's the type of circle. But even as a restorative justice circle, there are different ways and different types of circles that we can practice that are grounded in restorative justice values. So I will implement the talking piece again, and I'll share the one that I said was make magic. I feel like we already kind of did that with our card pulling. And there's just, we talked about the bees. I feel like something magical is happening here. So I want to lean into that as my value that I'm bringing.
All right, all right.
Love that.
So I got two. I did lean into joy because we're playing.
Yes.
And oftentimes, well, I'll speak for myself. I tend to, I tend to be mean to myself a little bit around like how I express my joy or how I allow myself to express my joy. I'll say that. You know, you get to a certain age and it's like, oh, you're supposed to be mature, and these types of expressions of joy are seen as like childish, you know? So I'm moving into a space where I want to lean more into my joy in any way that that comes out for me. So leaning into joy is a value I'll bring. And then laugh loud, because there's no such thing as a quiet laugh. And the best ones are from the gut, belly deep, that cause you to open your mouth wide and just let that out. So yeah, laugh loud is where I'm going.
I love that. I'll start with this one, no judgment, since it kind of aligns with what you just said, BK. Because we're playing, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Whatever. I'm going to say, don't try, do. This is something that my partner Paul says to me all the time. And it's like, oh, well, I think that I kind of play small sometimes. You know, where I'll be like, oh, I'm going to try to do this thing. And it's like, no, do it. Like,
Right.
But to me, that means like step into it fully and like, you know, whatever gap there is between what I think I'm going to do and what I end up doing, who cares? It doesn't matter. You're doing it, and the only way to get better is to do it.
Right.
And we have no judgment here anyway,
Right.
so who cares?
Right.
And no bad ideas.
Right. Yeah, I like this.
Love those. So I'm going to just say them all one more time for us, and then we're going to do another round of consensus.
Okay.
So together, we're going to uphold the values of making magic, leaning into joy, laughing loudly, don't try, do, no bad ideas, and no judgment. So I am obsessed with all of these values. And I am enthusiastically consenting
Come on.
to upholding these values.
Yeah.
I love.
Enthusiastic consent is my favorite.
Right.
What?
I'm like,
It's
I'm going to say that too.
It's enthusiastic and consistent. We love that
Yes.
around here. So
Yes.
yes, same. Enthusiastically, yes.
Enthusiastically consenting too.
I love it. Okay, so we already did 2 rounds of building our values. So this sets the stage for us to move into having conversation in the form of circle.
Okay.
So the first question that we're gonna ask is really just name, pronoun, and tell us what's inspiring you lately. What's been a source of inspiration for you lately?
Okay.
And I could go first. So
Yeah.
Cindy, she, they pronouns of Just Play Circles.
Yes.
And what's been inspiring me is this card deck and Chani Nicholas and her partner from Freeform, who's the director of Freeform. And just like I was just in a space in LA with about 600 other survivors who were like committed to abundance and committed to being entrepreneurs and financial freedom. And it was just so inspiring. I've never been to a space like that. It was unlimited matcha, y'all.
Oh.
I was
Oh,
here.
this is
I was
serious.
here for the matcha
Okay.
socialism.
Nice.
And that's just been inspiring me. I'm like, yeah, why can't we have as much matcha? All you can have, bottomless matcha.
Bottomless matcha
That's
is
so
what
fun.
we need in the world.
That's
yeah.
very
But
fun.
yes,
Mhm.
along with building power, along with creating, carving our own paths, along with financial freedom and cultivating wealth and abundance, and wealth not in terms of hoarding wealth, but wealth in terms of the freedom to like put our offerings out into the world without worrying about having our basic needs met,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Say
Thank
that.
you so much for that,
Yeah.
Cindy. So there have been a few things inspiring me lately. We are in the month of August, and as we all are cultural organizers and organizers in our own respect and regard, we do Black August, in our own ways. So I've been participating all month long. I've been fasting, I've been studying, I've been training, and I've also been playing, which isn't a tenet of Black August, but maybe we should talk to our elders about putting some play in there too.
Right.
But yeah, so a part of my study, I've been shout out to my job, the Black Collective. We've been in a month-long study of this beautiful book called "Take Back the Land."
Yeah.
And it talks about Max Rameau's journey to creating the Take Back the Land Coalition, which started here in Miami with the creation of the Umoja. I always pronounce it wrong. It's the Umoja Village shantytown, which was built right here in the city off of 62nd and 17th Avenue. It was a public protest to the land gentrification and just, I guess, the burgeoning gentrification that was happening back in 2006. And the issues with housing. Sorry, that's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what is the word? So Max and just a bunch of really amazing people that we know to this day. So shout out to everybody that was a part of the Take Back the Land movement here in Miami as it started in 2006. This book just chronicles the work that they did to start the work of taking back the land. Back in 2006, the housing fight as we know it today was actually starting to gain some traction, and there were a lot of folks that were suffering from not being able to have adequate housing, or access to adequate housing. You have folks that were taking advantage of, Pottinger. It was a law called the Pottinger Law, which basically gives us like squatters' rights, right? And they were taking advantage of that law and taking back housing that had been boarded up by the public housing part of our government, and they weren't allowing residents to get access to these houses, but they were also not making more housing units available. So Max and his crew decided that they would take back that land. They would take a plot of land, actually, and build their own shanty towns and build their own homes and take back what was rightfully ours as taxpayers and constituents of Miami-Dade County. So this has been inspiring me a lot this month. I can't say enough about just what it looks like to see people take back their power. I think it was a beautiful example, or is still a beautiful example of what it looks like to take power into your own hands as people. So yeah, that's what's been inspiring me. I also had a reading of work in progress on Friday, actually. So I premiered another short play. Big love to Femi Scripts for offering that space for some work from women writers. And I was inspired to kind of share a story from my life that, not completely from my life to those that heard it. That didn't happen to me completely, but some of it did. And I thought it was really important to tell that story. So those are the things that have been inspiring me, just being able to tell stories about women taking back their power, and then also learning about what it looks like for people to take back their power. So yeah, that's where I've been sitting lately. Sorry for the long wind.
No apologies.
Good.
No judgment.
Right, no judgments. My bad. I'm already messing up the value.
You're fine. I love that. Umoja Village has like a really soft, tender spot in my heart because of the folks that were a part of that are a part of my organizing lineage, and just Michael Clarkson, Rebecca Wood, all part of making sure that place occurred, that takeover and occupation was successful. There were all kinds of things happening on that piece of land.
And if I could add really quick, I know you're doing your thing, but the plot of land is still there, and it's still empty.
I was gonna say that's actually where the what's the organization called? The Brotherhood.
Circle of Brotherhood.
Circle of Brotherhood, where they did their hunger strike a couple years ago.
Right.
That's
I
the
didn't realize that.
same lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's still,
Still
very
active.
much. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the things that have been inspiring me this month has been family. Last year I did a study group, hosted it through Feed. This year, decided not to, just because I had a lot going on with family, with all these things, and I'm glad that I took that step back. But I think that just being so much more focused on my girls, Paul, my partner, just has given a lot of room for us to play and to like have fun and to dive deep into each other and to like school forms and all that
All the
jazz that
things.
comes, all the fun stuff that comes with back to school.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so very happy about that. And I was actually diving deep back into the Mau Mau story, which is, my kids are a little bit from everywhere. They're very much kids of the world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Salvadoran and Haitian. My partner's Kenyan, and in Kenya, their colonial history is a little bit more recent than ours. It happened just before World War II by the British, and they essentially rounded up a lot of the folks that were indigenous to Kenya and kind of like put them into concentration camps. And the level of violence and torture and cruelty that occurred there spawned this movement by the Mau Mau, which essentially, when people think about the Mau Mau, folks who knew back in the day, Mau Mau was kind of like equivalent to the boogeyman. The Mau Mau were just the most violent, the most horrid, all kinds of things were equated to the Mau Mau. But really, of course, as we know, a lot of the times when we think of like the word terrorist, that's like kind of marred in a way where it's like, well, what do you really mean by this? And it was like people fighting back, they were painted as like men and, that were so violent and this and that and the third, but actually it was all of the people. Much of them were Gikuyu, which is the tribe that my partner comes from, and they essentially fought back and they resisted, and they did so in so many different creative, just like inspiring ways, that I've just been diving back into that history and just being reminded of like exactly what my kids' lineage is in terms of like resistance and just having that fight back in their bones and their blood, and what it actually was like for their great grandfather. My partner's grandfather tells us stories. Anytime that we go back, we ask him, tell us this, tell us that, because it's such a blessing to still have them around,
Right, yeah.
And he tells us stories about when he was a boy and he was there. So this is like living history.
Yeah, that's invaluable. Wow.
So I encourage everyone to look this up, the Mau Mau. Radiolab actually has a really great episode kind of retelling much of the story. So yeah, that's what's been inspiring me lately.
Yes. And big love and honor to our Mau Mau ancestors.
Yeah.
Fought back.
Yeah, so we have this this theme of taking back power, taking back lands. We have the theme of fighting back. And then we have this theme of like cultivating abundance and like where are we going towards, right?
Yeah.
What are our histories telling us? Where are the places that people have organized and the people have fought and the people have cultivated pathways for us to be here now? And then how are we then using some of those tools of resistance to bring abundance to like our families and to carve this path forward? So I love that what's inspiring us is ways of being from the past that we can take lessons from, that can help us birth and midwife. If we're thinking about the card that we pulled,
Yes.
to inspire the
Right.
future to come.
Come on now. I love how you just wrapped that up in a bow like that. That was very nice.
We're making magic. We're
I
making
know.
magic.
Right, there it
Okay.
is.
You just
There it
conjured it. Okay. It was a
Yes.
conjuring. Thank you.
So let me know if we want to go deeper into some more storytelling, or if we want to transition into the play that you wanted to show.
Maybe let's start making.
Let's start getting into some play. I think this is a good moment for folks to actually see other ways of storytelling and play that are being represented right now in our
Yes.
city.
Mm-hmm.
I had the pleasure and honor, really, to be part of a project. Big love to Yaya Porvida, the McKinsey Project, Cupcake Girls, and Cameron Holder, to be
Yes.
specific. We put on a lovely play, short rendition of a play called The Corner Girls. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a background here. So it was inspired by The Life, which is a Broadway musical about the experiences of sex workers in New York City in the 80s. Cameron Holder, playwright and friend of mine, he wrote The Corner Girls, and he has brought those experiences to Miami, to the Miami sex workers on stage here in the city. With the help of the McKinsey Project, Inc. and Decrim 305. Today on the show, we are being privied to a short scene from the beautiful play. I had the honor and pleasure of directing, and the McKinsey Project stands as a pioneering Black trans-led organization here in South Florida that is uniquely positioned as the sole Black trans-led entity here in Miami. Our mission, or their mission, is to uplift individuals aged 14 and above within the Black, transgender, gender nonconforming, non-binary community across Miami and Broward-Dade County, with a special emphasis on addressing factors that can lead to separation of families and lack of access to education for young people, and really eliminating homelessness and harmful survival strategies that are experienced by the TGNC NB plus community members. Mostly with support of organizations like McKinsey Project, Decrim 305, and others like them. So Decrim 305 is actually a grassroots initiative that's led by current and former sex workers. They advocate for the decriminalization. Say that 3 times fast. They advocate for the decriminalization of sex work here in Miami-Dade County and beyond. Their aim is to provide resources, challenge harmful stigmas, and fight for a just society where our community's safety and well-being are a priority. Through direct action and coalition building, Decrim 305 distributes self-defense kits, contraceptive kits, Narcan, and they work with partners to expand access to critical services. Their mission is clear: end criminalization, uplift their community, and ensure sex workers' rights are recognized and protected. So big love to all of those folks who do this great and beautiful work. So what you're about to see is a short excerpt of an interview, and excerpt of 2 scenes. Well, you'll only see one excerpt of a scene because it got pretty long, I'll say. Sorry, Cameron, I could only put so much on the show. But you'll see a short excerpt of the interview we did, and a short excerpt of the reading that we did. All of that will be posted on our YouTube page, the Atala Dispatch, this week, so look out for that to see it in full. But yeah, right now let's get into a little short excerpt of The Corner Girls, written by Cameron Holder and directed by me.
And I'm an actress in South Florida.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Fantel, she, her. I am a teacher based in Broward, also director and actress.
Hi, my name is Cameron Holder. My pronouns are he, him. I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I'm an actor.
Hi, my name is Opal Simpson. Pronouns are she, her. I am an outreach manager for a not-profit organization, and I'm also a drag entertainer in the South Florida area.
What's up, y'all? It's the girl, Jay Honey Sickness. I'm from Miami, and my pronouns are whatever you like.
Hey, I know that's right. Well, thank y'all again for taking the time to sit with me. So yeah, really, I just really love to talk to you about what it felt like to do this show. We had a 2-day run. Shout out to the McKinsey Project for hosting us at their beautiful, quaint, cute, dainty, demure theater. Very modest, yeah, very modest theater out there at Margate. It was a great experience for me to share with y'all, my first time directing. But yeah, talk to me. What was the story like for you? How did it land for you? What was it like embodying those characters, and how did it feel telling the story?
I'm curious, y'all. I want to hear y'all first. I'm curious.
Well, A for Alyssa.
Oh. Okay, on what? Well, it was a very unique experience for me. I was really intrigued when I came across the audition notice, just knowing about the story, and unfortunately, it's not a story that is often told, so I think that is also just makes it more important, you know? But I loved getting to read the script with everybody and hearing everyone's voice add to it, and feeling like there was this like level of community that was being made about community, but we were also like doing the thing at the same time, you know?
Yeah, I feel the same way. It was like a story that really hit home for me because, you know, Cameron knows I'll do anything for a burger. So it was really relatable. It was also a unique experience just getting to see everybody do their own like different parts in the script, and yeah, like it was my first time in a play. Like it was cute.
And you did it, and it was great. You had a great performance.
Yes.
Wow, she was spotlight. Well, it was actually a really fun experience, like getting to like work with you all and getting to see this one of my besties in the South Florida area. So it was really nice getting to not only meet some new faces, but to also work with some familiar faces. And yeah, it's not a story that's like usually told. It's kind of like a story that's like erased, or you know, specifically during this time, erasure is something that is very significant within the queer community, because like that's literally what they're trying to do to us right now. So it's really important that stories like this are continuously put into the universe and continuously a part of the conversation. Like even in non-LGBTQ spaces, like, you know, we can bring this into, you know, the forefront of just like normalcy. Like, you know, hey, like, how is your trans sister doing? Like, how is this person that's in your life doing? Like, just like kind of like building that community of like asking the questions of like, you know, and kind of like adding the normalcy of sex work and of people that, you know, use that as a survival method for them to just eat and like have a regular, you know, day, just like have regular things to do.
Can I brag about you for a second?
Sure.
And going off that, because it has such like what we would consider heavy themes that need to be discussed, but they're presented in such like a light comedic way that I think it's really not just for the queer community, it's really for other people, because I think there's something that everyone can relate to, at least sympathize with. But the fact that you wrote it with all of these highs and lows, I think makes it so much more palatable and accessible and like real.
Yeah. I spent 10 months writing it in my room by myself, thinking, what can I do to see myself more in the theater community down here? Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't get to see enough theater that represents me. Oh, I don't get to see enough theater that represents my community. But then when you put something out that reflects the community, there's a lot of backlash that comes with it. So I decided to write this show not only for me, but for my chosen family, saying that we're here, we're not going anywhere, you need to pay attention to the issues around you and stop avoiding it like the plague. And we have to resist hatred, and we have to keep fighting for our legislation and our civil rights and our trans rights. We have to feed people. We have to house people. We have to give them medical attention if they need it. We have to, pursue education if that's what they want to pursue. And I've had a lot of people, I didn't say this before, but I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me, do not do this show because it will wreck you, or they just personally had a problem with it. And that fueled me to keep putting the show out there. And I'm so grateful for Jasmine McKenzie for helping me out, being one of the producers of the show. I'm so grateful that I met Miss May. And I'm going to keep pushing forward, and I'm going to keep spreading love. And I'm just very grateful for all of you being a part of this project. Because it's so weird, getting to see people actually do your stuff and not you just talking to yourself for 10 months. It's a weird feeling, but it's a good feeling. Yeah. So I really didn't see it being that successful because of so much backlash and a lot of offensive comments that I got from it. But you guys keep me motivated.
Big love, big love.
Hi, my name is Cameron Holder, and I am the playwright of The Corner Girls. Today, we're going to be reading for you scenes 1 and 2. I will be reading for the character of Brooklyn.
Hi, I'm Zinho Signing. I'll be reading for the character of Luna.
Hi, I'm Opal Amra, and I'm going to be reading for the part of Cherry.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Fantel, and I will be reading the part of Diamond.
Hi, I'm Lila Elam, and I'll be reading the stage directions. Prologue. As the audience is coming into the theater to sit, Cherry, Diamond, Brooklyn, and Luna are walking around the scene sporadically at different times. Cherry and Brooklyn, always paired together, are drinking out of solo cups and laughing their asses off, having inaudible conversation due to the loud 90s, early 2000s music pumping. Whenever they see Luna enter, all three can give death stares, sizing each other up. Stereotypical Miami guy can enter sporadically, and the girls interact with him, trying to get as much money as possible. Luna can find times to enter alone and give the audience a dance. Cherry and Brooklyn can find times to enter and dance together. Diamond enters alone. Whenever she's in the scene, she is always drinking alcohol and gets intoxicated more intensely over time, showing off her body to the audience. Police officer number 1 can enter the scene sporadically and search for any suspicious activity. There is a big projection of a clock, or a real clock above the scene, counting down until midnight. All this action can start happening 15 minutes before the show begins. Scene 1. It is 11:59, and the sound of partying is booming about the stage, and the audience can hear a countdown into the new year. 10, 9, 8, etc. Colorful lights shine like a disco party, and confetti streamers pop. People are cheering. Lights come up, and the new year is brought in. We see a single lamppost with street signs indicating Biscayne Boulevard and Northeast 79th Street. There is another lamppost across the street with a bench. The floor is covered in confetti, solo cups, noise makers, liquor bottles, condoms, used and unused, streamers, sunglasses, vomit, fake of course. Your usual party stuff. We see Cherry and Brooklyn enter, getting themselves together. Leaning against the lamppost, Cherry starts smoking a cigarette while Brooklyn is counting money.
How much we made?
A lot.
How much is a lot?
Girl, a lot is a lot.
Bitch, are you counting?
Yeah, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What is it?
I need help. What's 5 times 5, mama?
It's fucking money. I don't know why I trust you with the finances.
Because I carry a purse to keep it in. We can't stuff in your small ass bra.
You only made $250? Damn. These guys are stingy.
Welcome back, everyone.
I know that was an abrupt end, but we are ticking close to the end of the show.
We're having a lot of fun together.
Yes.
And we want to thank Cameron.
Yes.
We want to thank Mackenzie Projects.
Mm-hmm.
We want to thank Decrim 305 for allowing us to bring in the interview and your voices and the story of Corner Girls, which we will have the full excerpt of up on our YouTube this coming week. So thank you all so much, and such a beautiful story, and we ourselves got to play and create.
Yes.
And Cindy, would you like to show us
the beginning of our creation?
The beginning of our creations, which is still drying a little bit.
Yeah, it's a work
We
in
had
progress.
some watercolor fun
Yes,
that we
we
did
did.
collectively.
Yes, this is a collaborative piece. And actually, while it dries, Cindy, I would love to know about your own organizing lineage. Whose shoulders do you stand on? Who has taught you? Who has been a teacher to you? I know you mentioned Ruth, of course, and folks that inspire you. But anyone else that you want to mention, or is there any? I don't know, what has inspired your work up until this point?
Yeah, when I think about my organizing lineage, I mean, Dream Defenders is my political home for about the past 7 years or so.
Big squad.
And so that was definitely a space for me that taught me a lot about organizing, challenged me in my abolitionist politic, and allowed me to step into circle keeping as a practice. But I would also look back to like my family history, and when we're talking about Black August, I feel like I can resonate so much with the practices of Black August because my family also practiced fasting for periods of time. We were also about political education. I remember my uncle used to tell me about him studying sociology at the mosque and wanting to like have conversations with me about what does sociology mean to me. I also think about like the women in my family who created their own businesses in terms of like being pillars in the community. Like my grandmother owned a shop on her street, right? And so building deep relationship is like a part of the women in my family who built businesses and were like people in their community. And I think about what it requires to create safety in this world. And it's like being in deep relationship that my family is like, that is my lineage. And my other grandmother was a seamstress. And so she made clothes for everyone in our community. Right? She clothed our people. And I also think about like the way that we gathered. My family is very religious. I come from Hinduism, I come from Islam. And so whenever we gathered, it was about feeding people. It was about like any Eid celebration, any Diwali celebration is like, can we feed the most amount of people that we can?
Wow.
And so I think about just how mutual aid, it wasn't like a program or a project, it was a norm.
What you did.
It was a norm, like so ingrained in like how we take care of each other. And that has really shaped. I also think about safety in terms of like, from an abolitionist perspective. My grandfather struggled with addiction with alcohol, and I heard stories of my grandmother like picking up as many of her kids to run away to safety. And it was like she wasn't calling the cops, right? Her community was figuring out ways to keep her safe. And so my organizing lineage is like deep ritual and spiritual practice. It's feeding people. It's figuring out ways to be safe. And it's deeply rooted in relationships. And so that's why I do play circles, because that's the way that I want to build relationships with people. And it's my offering, and the lineage that I come from is like about this deep relationship building,
Mhm.
but my entry point to it is around joy and play
Mhm.
and pleasure.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy, and thank you for taking the time to open up a play circle with us. I think I would love to have you on again, maybe so we could finish the circle. I
But you
know.
are going to close us out.
Yes.
So what do we do now that we're back
Yeah.
from playing?
So when we're back from playing, I'll give you the option. We can close out with our talking piece. So you can share about what it was like to play. And the focus is always on the process and like just being open. And it also supports your intuition. Like, how does this color feel? Am I drawn to this? Right? So those are the pieces that we want to focus on, not any specific artistic technique or
Right.
perfection.
Yes.
So not focusing on what you produce, but how it felt to produce.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Which is more about creating than
Right.
producing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can share how it felt to just play. And then you can share any takeaways that you have from today, from our time together today.
Okay.
Yeah. It always feels wonderful to play without judgment, right? Because we're always judging ourselves. So I think just having a moment to kind of just let go and be imaginative and see what comes out was really special. And then, we're still in Black August, so I'm definitely still fasting. So feeling all of the feelings I'm feeling and being in a space of play also is just like reminding me that a lot of our people didn't make it to the space where they could just take a moment to play. So I feel a lot of gratitude to be able to be in a space where I can do this, have the time and energy and space and people. So yeah, thank you.
I love all the experimenting that we did.
Yes.
I love the time constraints
Mm-hmm.
and the creativity that brought forth. I love the ways in which all of the colors are running into each other, bleeding into each other, or not. Yeah, I love everything about it. I had a lot of fun, and I wasn't sure where I was going personally, but I just went with it,
You moved
and
and flowed.
and that was fun.
Yes.
The discovery of the thing that I was doing. What am I gonna do next? I don't know. I'm a passenger in my own creation right now. So
Right.
love that feeling. Love that feeling.
I'm a passenger of my own creation. I love that. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. It was fun. It was fun to play with y'all today. I think my biggest takeaways from today is just to continue to be in spaces with folks who want to play, who want to have joy in the things that we do and the things that we put out into the world. And also like share about our lineages, share about our histories, where we come from. I think when Dream Defenders has this like saying that's like, oh, we are organizing at the end of the old world and creating a new world, something like, I'm butchering it, I'm sorry, but
That was around. That was around.
but this feels like just how I want to be in community with folks.
Yes. Yeah.
The types of conversations that I want to have and having fun. Like, it's not that serious, but it also
Right.
is
Yeah.
at the same time.
Because
Yeah.
fun is just as important as our struggle. Like,
Yeah.
we need to struggle as much as we play. So,
Yeah.
or we need to play as much as we struggle. Sorry.
We gotta take our fun serious.
There it is. Deadly
Yes.
seriously. So, Cindy, can you let folks know, like, where to find you if they want to do more of the, or explore more play circles or explore circle keeping in general? Like, where can they find information, and then where can they find you to connect with you?
Yes. So I'll always plug Famsage on Instagram, their website. Also, just want to highlight Ruth's book, restorative justice practices, circle keeping for community healing. It's such an easy read. Y'all need to read it. And so I'll plug that, and then also just hit me on Instagram at Just Play Circles.
All right.
Yeah.
We have all our updates and new events that we have, and ways to partner. Just, you can hit me up there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Do we need to do anything else to close out?
We usually close with a meditation, but
Okay.
I feel complete.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm here
if
for
you
it.
feel complete, I feel complete. Love it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and playing with us, and exploring our healing lineages together. This was really
Yeah.
special. I can't wait to do it again.
Yes.
Let's bring you back out. Next time we'll have more time. It's okay. But thank you, Cindy, and thank you everyone who watched us today. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to our on location segments to drop on our YouTube this week, and we got a little bit of a backlog because life. So there's some stuff that'll be dropping this week. So just check us out.
Excellent. Thank you so much for tuning in live, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Or next month.
Next month, yes.